الحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله أما بعد إن شاء الله تعالى we are going to take a new chapter from the book of inheritance by our Shaykh Al-Allama Al-Shaykh Salih ibn Fawzan Al-Fawzan Hafidahullah Ta'ala. Inheritance amongst people of different religions. By referring to different in religion, we mean that the inherited person embraces a religion different from that of the heir. So basically what the Shaykh is talking about, when you have a family and they're not on the same religion, for example, you have the parents are Muslims and the children are non-Muslims, or it could be the other way around. So these are the people of different religions. The Shaykh said this topic includes two issues. The first, when a disbeliever inherits from a Muslim, and vice versa. When the disbeliever inherits from the Muslim. Disbeliever, he's on a different religion, he's a disbeliever. He's a kafir. Muslim, he believes in Allah. So they are upon different religions. Or it could be the other way around, vice versa. Tayyib, could be vice versa. The Muslim inherits from the non-Muslim. Shaykh said Muslim scholars have entertained 4 different opinions with regard to this issue. The first opinion, the majority of the scholars state that a Muslim never inherits from a disbeliever, nor does a disbeliever inherit from a Muslim. This is because the Prophet ﷺ said, a Muslim cannot be the heir of a disbeliever, nor can a disbeliever be the heir of a Muslim. Related by Al-Bukhari and Muslim. So this hadith is very clear that it is not permissible for the Muslim to inherit from a non-Muslim, nor the other way around, nor vice versa. طيب. The second opinion, the Muslim one never inherits from the disbeliever and vice versa, except through al-wala, according to the hadith that reads, a Muslim cannot be the heir of a Christian except when the Christian person is a Muslim's slave or his slave girl, related by Ad-Daraqutni. This hadith signifies that the Muslim's heir inherits from his Christian manumitted slave, and vice versa, according to analogical deduction. طيب. This is the second opinion. The third, the disbeliever inherits from his Muslim relative if the former converts to Islam before the estate of the Muslim deceased is divided. This is according to the hadith. An estate which was divided in the pre-Islamic period of ignorance may follow the division in force then. But any estate in Islamic times must follow the division laid down by Islam. The hadith signifies that the disbeliever is entitled to inherit from a Muslim if the former converts to Islam before the estate of the Muslim deceased is divided. So basically this one is like, for example, you have, for example, a son who is a disbeliever. So before the dad dies, the son accepts Islam. So in that case, he inherits. He inherits. Because now he's a Muslim. He has the right to inherit. Before he could not, because he was a non-believer. The fourth opinion. The Muslim inherits from the disbeliever and not vice versa due to the hadith. Islam increases and never decreases. This is because when the Muslim inherits from the disbeliever, that is considered an increase and not vice versa. The hadith signifies that Islam leads to increase, not to decrease. The preponderant view means the most correct. And Allah knows best is the first one, which is that it is not permissible for a Muslim to inherit from a non-Muslim, nor is it permissible for a non-Muslim to inherit from the Muslim. This is what the Shaykh is talking about. i.e. the Muslim never inherits from the disbeliever and vice versa, due to its sound and explicit proof, unlike those of the other opinions which are either weak or inexplicit proofs. So it shows you that the first opinion is the one that is more correct. طيب. Second, inheritance among the disbelievers. This is amongst them, among the disbelievers. As far as inheritance is concerned, disbelievers are divided into two states. The first state, it is indisputable that disbelievers of the same religion inherit one another. Example, Jews from another Jew, Christian from another Christian. Second state, scholars maintain three different views concerning disbelievers of various religions. Example, Jews, Christians, Magian, or pagan. Whether they inherit from one another or not, in regard to determining whether this belief involves one or several religions. طيب. So they are different concerning this belief. Is it all disbelievers the same? If we say all disbelievers the same, then they can inherit from one another. If we say no, they are of different religion, then they cannot inherit from one another. Like for example, the Jewish cannot inherit from the Christian, or the Christian cannot inherit from the Magian, or the like. طيب, the first view, the Hanafi and the Shafi'i school of thought. The Hanafi and the Shafi'i school maintain that the disbelief involves one religion, meaning that all the disbelievers are the same. It doesn't matter whether they are Christian, Jew, Hindu, it doesn't matter. All of them are the same. This is the opinion of who? Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Shafi'i. So the two school of thought. طيب. This is also one of the opinions adopted in the Hanbali school, in school of thought. So this is also one opinion from the school, the Hanbali school of thought. Moreover, this is the opinion of the majority of the scholars, that this belief, including all its creed, is regarded as one religion. It doesn't matter whether they are Jews or Christian or Magian or Hindu or pagans, doesn't matter who they are. So they're saying all of them, their kufr is the same. Their aqidah is the same. They're all kuffar. So this is the opinion of the Hanafi school of thought, the Shafi'i school of thought, and one opinion from the Hanbali school of thought. And this is also the opinion of the majority of the ulama. Al-kufru millatun wahida. They say al-kufr is one religion. All of them are the same. It doesn't matter. طيب. Including all its creed, their belief is regarded as one religion. Thus, disbelievers inherit from one another, regardless of difference in religion. This is because the legal texts with regards are general, and they are not to be restricted unless by the lawgiver. To illustrate, Allah exalted be He says, and those who disbelieves are allies of one another. Al-kuffar ba'duhum awliya'u ba'd. Al-kuffar, they are the helpers and the allies of one another. Surah Al-Anfal. So that is the first view, which is the view of the majority of the ulama, and it is the view of Imam Abu Hanifa, rahimahullah, Imam Shafi'i, rahimahullah, and also one of the opinion of Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, rahimahullah, and his school. So that is the first. Second view, this belief comprises three religions: Judaism, Christianity, and the other tribes as one religion, as they have no sacred book. Okay. The other ones, they don't have a sacred book. For example, Hindus or pagans. They don't have a book. They don't have a book. They don't have a sacred book. Unlike the Christians and the Jews, they have a book. So the Jews, they have a Torah, which is called today the Old Testament. The Old Testament. And the Christians, they have an Injil, which is called the Gospel. Yep. Thus, the Jews is not to inherit from a Christian, and both of them are not to inherit from a pagan. Jew is not to inherit from a Christian. And both of them are not to inherit from a pagan, and so on. طيب. Third view, this belief comprises several creeds. People of each one are not to inherit from those of others. To illustrate, the Prophet ﷺ says, people of two different religions cannot inherit from one another. Related by Imam Ahmad, Abu Dawood, and Nasa'i, and Ibn Majah. According to the aforementioned hadith, the third view seems to be the preponderant one. That is, people of different religion, example Muslims and disbelievers, are not to inherit from one another due to the lack of mutual support amongst them, and also because the cause for inheritance in this case contradict the cause impeding inheritance. In other words, difference in religion entails conflict in all other matters. And this leads to the disinheritance from one another. The scholars who view that disbelief involves one religion consider the difference of location, i.e. living in two different states, is a distinguishing factor due to the lack of mutual support amongst them, which is applicable when there is difference in religion. Thus, it seems more appropriate that people of different religions, a Christian and Jew, relative, for example, cannot inherit from one another. However, disbelievers of the same religion can inherit from one another, and Allah knows best. And that's the end of this chapter. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us all al-ilm al-nafi' wal-amal al-salih. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Barakallahu feekum.